Partey staying with Arsenal during the international break. I love that. Hooray. Understand he has been suffering a bit of illness, not an injury, and so it has been agreed he should rest up a bit after playing so many minutes this season. Purely precaution. Did you hear that last part? Purely precaution. And I love the fact that shout out to the Ghanaian FA for agreeing to this too, because they have made it difficult. So as much as I want, my opening salvo might be a little bit harsh on Ghanaian FA, but I have to acknowledge them for saying, let's common sense reign here. Let's allow Thomas Partey to rest up a little bit. He's ill, even though, like I said, like he's in there, no injury. It's just purely precaution. I am loving that. What do you guys think? Comment section. Aren't you loving that? Aren't you loving that a bit of common sense has prevailed at last? I see. I'm beginning to enjoy the current Arsenal. I like the way Arsenal is moving in recent times. We're beginning to be very corny, very dark, very smart, very articulate. We are adjusting accordingly. You don't get it. Arteta, Richard Garlick, Edu, in collaboration with the players, are beginning to adjust accordingly. See, in this world, for you to thrive, you have to be balanced in all facets of life. You have to be. Partey is ill, so he can't be available for Ghana for selection. He's ill. And I love that. For too long, people at Arsenal have been too naive, too nice, too forthright. There's nothing wrong with being nice, but it has to have come with the right dosage of niceness. I'm not saying there's something wrong with being forthright, but it has to be done in a way that doesn't hurt you. With the recent Partey injury record, you have to manage the player smartly. But no. These countries' FAs, some of the time are getting too adventurous and greedy sometimes, adding more useless games. Right, adding more useless games. Some will argue, both of the clubs. The clubs are the one that pay for the players' lifestyle. They are the one that pay the mega wage to these players, not their countries. I'm not saying players will become unpatriotic suddenly, but they have to have a fine balance of both. I like the fact that Partey will be staying back at London Coney, to get some decent rest before we resume in the next 2 weeks. In a short period of time, Partey has played a lot of games for both Arsenal and his country. He deserves some rest. We have to treat these players like human beings. I understand they are being paid mega bucks. I understand to whom much is given, much is expected, but it has to be done within reason. It has to be done within reason. So we saw this report yesterday, courtesy Charles Watts. Let's read it together. Thomas Partey is staying with Arsenal during the international break. I love that. Hooray. Understand he has been suffering a bit of illness, not an injury, and so it has been agreed he should rest up a bit after playing so many minutes this season. Purely precaution. Did you hear that last part? Purely precaution. And I love the fact that shout out to the Ghanaian FA for agreeing to this too, because they have made it difficult. So as much as I want, my opening salvo might be a little bit harsh on Ghanaian FA, but I have to acknowledge them for saying, let's common sense reign here. Let's allow Thomas Partey to rest up a little bit. He's ill, even though, like I said, like he's in there, no injury. It's just purely precaution. I am loving that. What do you guys think? Comment section. Aren't you loving that? Aren't you loving that a bit of common sense has prevailed at last? Because for me, Thomas Partey has played so many games this season. Even though it's just 7 games, look at how many international breaks they've had. Look at the games they've played in the Premier League, the Champions League, and the Carling Cup. So these players, one more time, I'm not saying they're not being paid mega bucks to play these games, but they are still human beings. And like I said, I'm not going to put the onions on the clubs, because the clubs are the ones that pay for this players' lifestyle and pay for their upkeep. So these extra games coming from the international realm are the ones that we have to look into, not the clubs. Because the clubs, one more time, are the ones that pay the bulk of the wages and salaries of these players. And I like the fact that Thomas Partey started to collaborate with Arsenal And shout out to Ghanaian FA for being sensible. We know his latest injury records are not the greatest, so you have to manage his player carefully and sensibly. Kevin said him before, but why does he have to go for all the international breaks? Shout out to Ben White, who was pulled out from England on further notice. Players now they have to take responsibility of their own health into their hands, because the FA most of the time will not do it for you, and the club don't do it for you. Sometimes club will manage it properly, but you, as a player, you know, relative terms, your career is short. You have to manage your body carefully. Look at the spike. Look at the record numbers of ACL injuries in the last 2 years. The record numbers. Record numbers in ACL injuries in the last 2 years. No, it's time for players to be sensible, because these money-hungry organizations, clubs, and country, in relative terms, most of the time, they don't really care. You are their workers. As far as they are paying you, they will use you. So it's for players to be more sensible and understand that their body is their workforce, and apply wisdom very necessary. So I'm happy. The dark art at Arsenal is beginning to get a bit darker. Arteta is beginning to get a bit sharper, understanding that you can't win the Premier League and win trophies just by playing on the pitch. You have to know how to play the game outside the pitch too. Playing on the pitch is fundamental, but playing outside the pitch is very, very important too. And I'm enjoying the recent development at Arsenal, how we are being smarter and sharper and knowing how to play the politics, the dynamism to win on and off the pitch. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think about Partey's illness and pulling out for Ghana for international games? What do you think? I know the Ghanaian fans will not like it, but come on, show some understanding. You'll be available for the next international game, so show some understanding, right? It's not gone forever. It's just this one. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Like the video on your way out, very important. Please subscribe if you're new here. I'll appreciate that. And make sure you turn on your notification bell. One more time, like the video, subscribe if you're new here, and make sure you turn on your notification bell. We'll see you guys on the next one. Keep supporting Arsenal. Bye for now.